Electronic banking is more commonly referred as internet banking. Respective bank, and you need to get this MMID and MPIN for using or to get this IMPS services. Traditional banking practices do not provide a complete check on the banking transaction. So for all the transaction, for all the banking operation, we use electronic format, that is website. Hello everyone, a warm welcome to one and all to the first session on Unit 5, Law and Practice of Banking. I am Meghana from the Department of Commerce, lecturing in Vidhyaashram First Grade College, the Temple of Excellence. In today's session, let us start with the Unit 5, last unit, that is e-banking. So in today's session, let us discuss with the meaning and definition of e-banking, difference between traditional banking and e-banking, e-delivery channels, electronic check, security measures in e-banking, RTGS and NEFT. So in today's session, let us discuss all those topics. So let us start with the e-banking. Let us start with e-banking. What do you mean by e-banking? Electronic banking. So it is nothing but, in simple word, e-banking is using electronic form in order to transfer the fund, or in order to take all the banking operation using internet. Electronic banking is more commonly referred as internet banking. So it is more commonly known as internet banking or simple net banking. It is an electronic payment system supported by website that offers array of products and services for any bank that is possible to work electronically, like payment, transfer, deposits and more. So for all the transaction, for all the banking operation, we use electronic formats, that is website. Through the website, we are going to transfer the fund, we are going to deposit, we are going to make payment for other individual or other person. So it is simply the use of electronic and telecommunication network for delivering various banking product or services, using electronic or telecommunication network to undertake all the banking operation. Through e-banking, a customer can access his account and conduct many transactions using his computer or mobile phone. So using computer or using mobile phone, customer can access their personal account, So through this, they can request for the payment, then they can transfer deposits, and they can undertake all the banking activity using mobile phone or computers. So next one, what are the difference between traditional banking and e-banking? So first one is global coverage. Under traditional banking, the coverage is limited. So the limited coverage under traditional banking, wider coverage, global coverage under e-banking. E-banking practice involve global coverage while sitting at home or office. So you can undertake all the transaction whenever you want. So sitting at home, you can transfer the fund for other individual. Next, marketing tool. Traditional practice does not provide proper marketing tool. So traditional practice, that does not provide proper marketing tool. But modern or e-banking facility. E-banking provides facility for marketing of products or scheme through online easily. So we will get notification or information through the mobile phones. So they provide marketing facility. Next one, prompt services. Traditional practice involves process which requires more time. So traditional banking involves more time. So you need to wait for the time, then you can use you can make transaction. But here, e-banking, same lot of line, as there is no need to stand in long queue. There is no need to stand in long queue to deposit your money or to withdraw your money or to make any transaction. So it reduces the time for the customer. Next one, reduction of error or fraud. Traditional banking practices do not provide a complete check on the banking transaction. The employees or the banker will undertake all the transaction. They are going to enter all the information or details. But here, under traditional banking, the customer will not get complete check on the banking transaction. But in the e-banking system, with the system of reconciliation of inter-branch transaction, frauds and errors could be reduced. So with the internet banking, e-banking, frauds and error can be reduced. Next one, paperwork. Traditional banking involves paperwork. E-banking reduces the cost, time conducted to be reduced. Everything is to done through interval and no need to huge paperwork. The paperwork is very less. Next one, risk of carrying cash. Risk of carrying cash is high in traditional banking. E-banking, risk of carrying cash is very less. So you need not to carry the cash, so that through the mobile phone or computer, through internet, you can transfer the fund and make payment and deposit your money. So these all are the difference between traditional banking and e-banking. Moving further, e-delivery channels. So what all are the e-delivery channels to undertake this internet banking or e-banking? So under that, first one is internet banking. Internet banking in simple, using all the banking facility through mobile phone or computer using internet. So you can internet banking facilitate all the banking operation at home. So wherever you want, you can take the action or you can operate using mobile phone or computer through internet. Next one is mobile banking. So mobile banking, most of the bank they provide mobile banking application for their customers in order to transfer fund immediately. For the quick fund transfer, it helps. So you can access your bank account, you can transfer the fund easily, and you can deposit your money, as well as you can go for investment and various other facility using mobile banking. At the time of demonetization, this is the first application which helps the customer to access their account and in order to reduce the cashless transaction. So government promote this mobile banking in order to reduce the cash transaction. It helps to go for the cashless transaction. So next one is UPI. So Unified Payment Interface. Due to complexity in using this internet banking and mobile banking, this UPI helps the customer in order to transfer the fund easily and quickly. So under this two method, so you need to log in and you need to remember your user ID, password, account number and all the details. So but here it reduces the complexity, it simplifies the transaction, so that using this Unified Payment Interface, the sender can recognize your UPI ID so that he can transfer easily. So nowadays, even for the small transaction, even for transferring 10 or 15 rupees, we use this UPI ID. So this UPI helps the customer, to access their banking transaction easily. So now for the small petty amount, we use this UPI ID. So in order to transfer the fund, it is easier than this internet banking and mobile banking. Next one is e-wallet. So it reduces the risk of carrying cash. So through the electronic format, we can store the money, or we can use money in order to transfer and in order to make payment. So for that, you need to install e-wallet application and you need to log in with your respective account, so that you can use money in order to make payment and in order to undertake all the banking activities. Next one, last, ATM card, debit card and credit card. So these all are the cashless transaction. These all are the instrument which helps to make cashless transaction. So nowadays, using ATM and debit and credit card is very less, because this UPI ID, e-wallet and mobile banking and internet banking. So this ATM, debit and credit card, the usage of this ATM and credit card is very less. But even though sometimes they use this ATM card, debit and credit card in order to make payment for their purchases or for the transaction. So this is all about e-delivery channel. Through this channel, you can use this electronic banking, that is e-banking. Moving further, what all are the features of e-banking? First one is check account balance and statement. You can check account balance and statement whenever you want. You need not to wait, or you need not to visit for the bank in order to check the balance and in order to know the statement. So within a fraction of a second, you can get to know your account balance and the statement. Next one is 24/7 fund transfer. So it facilitates 24/7 fund transfer, so that you can transfer money whenever you want and whatever it may be the time and whatever it may be the place. So it facilitates 24/7 fund transfer facility. Next, bill payment and recharge. You need not to visit for the shops, or you need not to wait in a long queue for payment, for bill payment and for the recharge. So you can use through this application, using mobile application, you can pay the bill and you can recharge. So you can recharge for your mobile phone and offer all those things it facilitates. Next, apply for loan. So apply for loan through internet, through mobile banking you can apply for the loan. So it reduces the time and work for the customer. Next, make investment. So through the mobile banking you can invest on security, gold, and you can open FD account and all those things you can undertake under e-banking. Next one, faster transaction. So compared to traditional banking, it helps, or it is faster, it reduces the time for transaction. Within a fraction of a second you can transfer money for other bank, for other customer. So it facilitates all this feature. So these are the features of e-banking. So next one is electronic check, that is e-check. So e-check is an electronic counterpart of paper check. So it's a counterpart of electronic. It is a counterpart of paper check. It turns the check writing and deposit process totally online. So now through the online we can request for the payment. So paying with the e-check will be entirely paperless experience. Normal paper check, we need to fill the check, then we need to submit for the bank for collection. So now it is completely through online. So it has some features. It is in the PDF format. It is in PDF format how we have in a paper check. So the same format we have in the PDF format. Again, so it has the same legal format, legal status how we have for the paper check. So in a similar way, it is not negotiable or transferable. You cannot transfer e-check how we transfer the paper check. So these are the features of electronic check, and some of the advantages are the chances of getting loss of paper check is reduced. So the risk is very less under e-check. You can easily use this e-check. You can get the e-check through online. So it is easy for the customer to make payment or to withdraw the money. So these are the features and advantages of e-check. Moving further, interbank mobile payment services, IMPS. So interbank mobile payment services seems to gradually gaining ground in India, as almost all major banks have extended the services that enables account holder to access accounts and transfer fund using mobile phone. So it is nothing but transferring fund from one bank to other bank using your mobile phone. Since February 2012, around 15 banks have extended the IMPS services to their customer, and the number of people adopting the services has gone up significantly. So after 2012 it take importance. So they offer the more than 15 banks, they have extended IMPS services for their customer, and the number of usage or the number of customer using IMPS services is gradually increases. So it is nothing but using mobile phone to transfer the fund from one bank to other bank. For customer to customer transfer, so this IMPS for to transfer the fund from one customer to other customer, a bank account holder needs to register with their respective bank first. So in order to use this, in order to get this IMPS services, first you need to register. You need to register with their respective bank first. First you need to register for this IMPS services, then you can utilize or you can get this services or facility. The bank then issue a unique 7-digit number called MMID, mobile money identifier. So they issue this MMID. So through this MMID you can access your mobile banking, IMPS. So mobile banking personal identification number, MPIN. Through this MPIN you can log in and you can use this IMPS services. You can transfer from one bank to other bank. So that for that, first you need to register with respective bank and you need to get this MMID and MPIN for using or to get this IMPS services. Moving further, security measures in e-banking. When you are using or when you are transferring fund through electronic or through internet, the chances of fraud is high. So how we can reduce the error or the measurement in order to make safe transaction. So in order to make safe transaction, what all are the measure? First one is change your password regularly. So you need to change your password regularly so that the chances of fraud is very less. Next, do not use public computer to log in. So do not use public computer to log in so that they may misuse that and they may hack your account on, or they may take your money. So that don't use public computer. Do not share your detail with anyone so that they can utilize those information and they can transfer fund from your account. Next, keep checking your saving account regularly. So check your saving bank account regularly. Always use licensed antivirus software. Always use licensed antivirus software. Next, disconnect the internet connection when not in use. So when you're not using, so just disconnect the internet. Next, type your internet banking URL. So instead of clicking on link, it is better, it is safe to type the URL to log in for your internet banking or to use online banking. So are the measure in order to reduce the fraud or in order to make safe transaction. Moving further, RTGS. Next topic is RTGS, real-time gross settlement. So real-time gross settlement system are specialist fund transfer system where the transfer of money or security take place from one bank to other bank. So the transfer of fund from one bank to other bank real time on a real time basis and a gross basis, real time and gross basis. Settlement in real time means payment transaction is not subject to any waiting period. So after immediately fund will be transferred to the opposite party or for the other customer. So when the transaction being settled as soon as they are processed. So gross settlement means the transaction is settled on a one-to-one basis, So without handling or netting with any other transaction. Settlement means that once processed, payment are final and irrecoverable. So usually this RTGS is used for the huge amount, as well as this RTGS will use for this commercial purpose. So they use this for the commercial purpose and for the larger amount this RTGS is beneficial. So moving further, last topic is National Electronic Fund Transfer, NEFT. It is similar to RTGS but it got a wider coverage. So it got a wider coverage, and for the smaller amount this will be useful. So general public, for the personal purpose, this NEFT is benefited. RTGS is for the commercial purpose. So National Electronic Fund Transfer is an electronic fund transfer system maintained by the Reserve Bank of India, started in November 2005. The setup was established and maintained by the Institute for Development and Research in Banking Technology. NEFT enables the bank customer in India to transfer fund between any two NEFT enabled bank accounts. So first you need to enable NEFT facility, NEFT transaction. So then only you can transfer fund from one bank account to other bank account. So one-to-one basis. So one-to-one basis you are going to transfer from one individual to other individual. Then it is done through electronic message. It is done through electronic message. So next steps for NEFT transaction. So first step is to log on to the internet banking page on your bank. First you need to log on to internet banking. Next, in the home screen, choose fund transfer. Choose fund transfer option. Next, choose NEFT option on the fund transfer. So first log into internet banking. Next, go for fund transfer. Under fund transfer, just choose the NEFT option. Then choose beneficiary from the list to send money. Under NEFT option, you need to choose the beneficiary. So if you have added the beneficiary earlier, you can easily transfer the fund, or else again you need to add the beneficiary. If you want to transfer money for other beneficiary, so you need to add beneficiary first. If you wish to add a new beneficiary, click on add beneficiary button. So click on add beneficiary button on the page. Next, enter the details such as account number, name, IFSC, bank branch and type of account. So you need to enter the information related to beneficiary account number, name, IFSC code, bank branch, then account to type. So you need to enter all the detail, then click on submit button. Next, verify the entered details and confirm. So again you need to verify the account number, IFSC code, branch, bank, all the details, then confirm all the details. Next, enter the 4-digit OTP. Enter 4-digit OTP you receive on the registered mobile number to confirm the beneficiary addition. So first you need to confirm whether you are adding new beneficiary or not. So for that, for the registered mobile number, they are going to send 4-digit OTP. You need to enter that 4-digit OTP and confirm the beneficiary. Next, after prescribed time, the beneficiary added will be ready for fund transfer. Usually it takes 24 hours to confirm, or after 24 hours it is ready to transfer the fund. So after adding beneficiary, you need to wait for 24 hours in order to transfer the fund. So after that, choose the beneficiary, select the bank account from which fund must be transferred, your bank account from which account it should be debited. Next, enter the amount to be transferred and click the confirm button to initiate the transaction. So this is all about the steps for the NEFT transaction. It is similar to the RTGS. For RTGS also same procedure. You need to log into internet banking, then go to fund transfer. Instead of NEFT, here you need to choose RTGS. So you need to choose RTGS, then you need to choose the beneficiary and transfer the fund immediately. This is all about steps for NEFT transaction, NEFT as well as the RTGS transaction. This is all about Unit 5. So e-banking, usually now we all know, we are familiar with this e-banking, that is mobile banking and internet banking. So it is easy for us to understand about all these topics. This is all about Unit 5. Thank you.